Hello everyone, this is Imi from iTradeAIMS.net, AIMS Stress-Free Trading. So this is the London Open recap for the LOBOT strategy. The strategy is simple. In this video, what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to show you there was a trade that was taken today by some of our friends. Well, Sam took the trade at 10.19, and I think Doug took it as well. But both of them did not manage to take 2R profit from it. I had a big problem with that, so I thought I'll explain that. But to get to that explanation, I have to go back to the London Open. So I thought, why not? We run the chart bar by bar on the M1 chart. And because I traded it on the 15-second chart, or rather the 12-second chart, because I used the MT4, but I'm going to use the TradingView platform to show you how I saw the price action underneath it and how that actually created my thought process. So when I arrived at the 10.19 seed candle, things look different to me, and how that can then help you formulate your trade ideas as well, even if you are on the M5 and M1 chart. That's one thing. And the other thing that I want to show in this video is how we can use certain support and resistance levels, which are right from the current day and a day or two before, not too much. So there are 2 or 3 kinds of levels that we want to put in there, and then we will go in depth, and then we will arrive at the 10.19, and then we explore that, how we can trade that better. So let's begin. The 10.19 seed entry. This is what you see on the screen. What happened here, how it could have been managed differently, what is wrong with this entry, what is right about these entries. This is what we're going to discuss in this video. But before that, we need to make our way, we need to see the pathway, how we got to that spot. So let's start at the London Open. So we're going to run bar by bar replay using the TradingView platform. So on the left you see the M1 chart. We see the levels here. That's that level that we set up earlier. Okay, let's expand this chart. Okay, so let's find out what are the support resistance levels that we want to draw on our chart, and that you can do them right 5-10 minutes before the London Open. So I have freeze the chart at about a couple of minutes before the London Open. So what is most important to me right now? So what I'll do is that I'll go to the 5-minute chart, and on that chart I will do 2 things. So I want to find out where is my pre-market open, which is the Frankfurt Open. That happens at 9 o'clock candle on the MT4. So what I'll do is that I will put 2 lines using this. One would be the horizontal line at where it opened. The other one would be the high of that session, and then the low of that session. So in this session, this happens to be the low of the session. Now the next thing I wanted to do was to actually find out what is the low and the high of the overnight session. So the overnight session would be something after the New York close, somewhere around here, or you can even consider it after the European close, which is 16:30, 4:30 UK, or 5:30, around this region. So after that, when the market goes dead, you want to find out what is the level. So I can put another level based on these 2 levels. That's it, that's done. Now I will go either zoom out like so on the 5-minute chart, so I can see yesterday's data. Yesterday is the 18th. I can also see the 14th of August, and I can also see this. So in the yesterday's data, what I want to do is to find out what was the low of the US session. So that was the low. I put a line there, and then I would put the low of yesterday here. Now these are the most relevant levels for me so far. If the price was to go down, this is what I will be looking at, and these are the levels that you will see in the rest of the video. If we go to the hourly chart, what is this level? We go there, this level was, well, it happens to be the low of the Frankfurt Open, but before that it was the low of the overnight session, so this low here. So we know that it's hit some kind of a support level already, and now we will play and see as to what happens. So I'm going to play the chart to the left first. That's the first minute of the London Open. After this, basically this, okay, let's move this to over here. This is, I don't know why it's not showing it, but that's 7:58 and this one is 7:59. So the next candle would be your first London Open candle. So bang, it goes down. And now suddenly you realize that this could have been a nice pullback entry, but that's fine. It goes down to these levels, comes back up. Now if I were to take you to a 15-second chart, you would start to see some entries here. So now this one is showing as the 15-second chart, and I will take that to that London Open level. So what is that time? This is still before the London Open. Let's quickly go. So that's the London Open. Let's break this candle into 4 by looking at 4 15-second candles. So that's the 30-second into the London Open. Goes back up. What's this blue line? Well, it's the overnight lows and at the same time the Frankfurt session lows right now. Price comes back to it. What happened there? Bang, it goes down. Let's go to the M1 chart. So between these two candles, the 8 o'clock candle and the 1 past 8 candle, we saw this. Now this is not a clean pullback, it's just a 1 candle pullback followed by a smashing price going down. So from that point of view, it wasn't fun. You couldn't have caught it unless you were ready for it with the limit order here just below this level. So we didn't catch that. The next candle, check these two candles. Now let's see if something happens inside it on the M15 or on the 15-second chart. You see the first minute and that's the second minute. So this is the first minute ends here and the second minute starts with 2 candles, 30-second of pullback. This is your pullback entry here, right here. You don't have to do a pending order or anything like that. You see this, you're in, but you have to be quick. Suppose you got in. What is the most relevant level for you now? It's this level and this level. Where did this level come from? Do we know where this level come from? Let's expand it again. See if we can find that out. See what this is? That's that second line we drew earlier, which is the low of the US session. So we are watching it. Let's go forward. So the 2 levels that were important to one was this level, which we had drawn earlier, and the current low. What does it do at the current low? Not quite breaking it. Goes past it. So if you're short from here, 42, stop to 32, and it's a 12-second chart, you have a nice 10 points profit. You either close half there or exit full because there's a support level. And if you did that, you made some money. Otherwise, you're out break even. Let's go back to the M1, M5, to the M1 chart. So this is the same going on up. Comes to those levels, what happens? what happens? Why do I not have the same drawings? Okay. Yeah, there you go. Now we have the lines on both the charts. It's the same lines. So you can also see crosshair whenever I'm using my crosshair on the 15-second chart right now, but you'll see it's a relevant crosshair on the 1-minute chart as well. Can you see it? The chart to the left here. Same happens with this as well. So this chart hasn't arrived at this time level now. So let's move it forward. See, this is the 803 and that's 803. So price comes here, touches those levels, which is this level, same as that one, the 53 level, reacts to it and violently goes down. Now this is 3 minutes into London Open, but these violent moves are already telling you that the market might be choppy. It is choppy, and this was a choppy day. Price comes down, as you can see here. Now you have your first pause within micro trend down, this here. Goes further down, same level is playing. Let's go to the M15 chart. Price goes up, breaks your pullback formation. It's not really a pullback anymore. If you wanted to go short, it would be below this, but why would you do that? Comes down, same level is at play. Let's see if it breaks it. Takes a pause, tries it again. Nope, it's rejected again. So what's happened right here now on this M1 chart or the 15-second chart is that this level, for some reason, is a pretty strong level. There are buyers there, or whatever it is, whatever the mechanism is that is happening underneath. What we know as traders is that every time it comes to around 34, 30 region, it goes up. And let's see how far it goes this time, because it's hit it twice, went up. Now we're stuck within this range, but now finally it broke that range. And now where are we? We are within the Frankfurt session range. Now it goes up, pulls back. Now let's see that price, how it happened on the 15-second chart. So we're watching it. See the internal structure of this 808 candle will be visible after these two candles on the M15 chart. Not M15, 15-second chart. So here it begins, the start of this candle. Reacts to it, goes up, breaks it, comes back to it. This is the retest. Two more candles. Goes up. Now these levels are at play. If I'm looking at it, I would definitely mark that level. If not mark, I'll be just looking at it. Link them. Should come here as well. So let's move this chart a bit. Actually not this one, because it's at 809. We're going to take this to the end of 809. So, oh, not that one, this one. Goes up, comes down, sort of a pullback. This is your pullback. The 10 is above the 20. The market is choppy, so you're not really keen, because you know these levels are right next to you. But it is a pretty okay pullback entry. At the risk of that, you'll see what it does around that level. Goes past it straight away, so your pullback entry is successful. Retest the level. It retests the highs. The 64 level should be around here. But for some reason it's not showing it. Okay, let's bring it here. That's 64.96. So let's just put it at 64. Okay, here we have that level here and here. Retests it. Don't move that chart, please. Only move the 15-second chart. Here we go. It's retesting it. That creates another pullback. So you have the one pullback here. So what was the price? If you went at 58, it went to 69, gave you 10. Pulls back, touches the 10 EMA nicely, long at 65. Where does it go? Well, if you're long at 65, it's gone to 75, right? It's even touched 80. And then it pulls back. Obviously, if you didn't exit there, you have your 10 here. That's two trades there. Now what does the market do? Is it a downtrend or an uptrend? Well, it's largely range bound, but on the 1 minute chart, we clearly see it did a 1 and 2. It went up, came back, did not break the low, and went up. We are in an uptrend. I'm looking at 10 crossing above the 20. On the 15-second, I've already seen nice two pullbacks. I'm expecting the M1 to pull back down. M1 is pulling back. Did not create a nice clean pullback. The candle was big. This could be an M1 trade if you wanted, but it's not really clear. If you took it, most probably a quick rent. That level is still in play. Let's bring our 15-second chart to that level. What did it do? Comes down, goes up. This would be your entry based on the pullback, but you know that this level is very close. So if you're watching the 15-second chart, the moment it comes down, you probably get out somewhere here, and that is why if my entry was at 76, I would be out at 72 or 70. It wouldn't be at 10. I wouldn't be exiting here. I would have exited here long ago. Let's see what it does. The level is holding so far. Now it's not holding, it's coming back. As you can see, this is the 818. So we need to move this one a bit. And as you can see, this was that retest. You're still thinking, okay, it might go up now, and if it goes above this level, probably looking for longs. But that is broken. That pullback is broken. Now you confirmed, okay, we have some kind of an up move, and we have a pullback, but now it's pulled back more than what we want. It's actually on the other side of the 20. So now my thought process is it's pulled back too much. The 1019 seed is created. So I ask you, if I was correct about all that thought process, all that price action that I was looking at, you can see here, actually take it back to 1019. But it doesn't want to go. Okay, so here we are again. So that's your 1019 seed. Your 10 EMA is above 20. Price is below it, but it's not turned around yet. We have a 1, 2, 3 up, 4 down, looking for a 5 up. Or if not that, we clearly see a move up followed by a pullback. Moving averages is not supporting it now, but it's not also against it. It's not turned around. The 10 is not below the 20. So it's invalidated for me to go short. However, if I were to ignore this, looking at the 15-second chart, as you can see very clearly, I can actually draw it for you. That's your 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, looking for a 5 up. What is the fib retracement on this. This is probably a 50% pullback. You have this seed going on. And now imagine if you're thinking, okay, maybe it's sideways. Maybe it was rejected up there. I don't see a level there. Now, you know, if it was rejected at these levels, I would still say, okay, maybe it's a range bound. Now it probably would go down and retest those levels. I would be right in thinking that. So if I were to go short here, based on that mindset, I'm not trading pullbacks now. I'm trading just an inside candle, which was preceded by a trend candle down, and I'm looking for a trade that is based on range bound trading. So I'll be looking for these lows here. So let's follow that up. Trade is successful. You already break even. You get another entry signal. You have a seed here. Let's actually move this as well. Can you see this? Those two strong candles followed by sideways. So it's an excellent pullback entry for the 10-second or 15-second chart. But obviously the trend is up, so you don't know what to do. But if you took the trade, and I happen to have taken it, considering this from this very same mindset, goes down, further down, starts to go sideways. Can you see what's doing at the level? What level is this? It's that same level, this one that was playing. So you want to see it. So if you're making this entry here, and you had already identified these levels and had seen that price had reacted to those levels, this seed entry also was a problem. And as you can see, it paused around it. So basically, if you took this seed at this pause and pullback, which is this one, would be a lot better. A really nice pullback here, reacts to that level, reacts to 10 EMA. You go short here at 50, scares you, retest that same level. Your stop loss should have been there at 56, goes in your favor. From 50 it's down to 44, does another push straight away. Where is that? Where is that? So earlier I drew something. Where did it go? Okay, here it is. So we can see from our past experience that market came to this level, went up, hit those levels, these levels, and obviously the overnight lows, got stuck between the two levels, reacted to this level again and went up. So this level is important. It's powerful. Plus, you know that the market is choppy right now. It's not trending in the same direction. That means that the range highs and lows will have a lot more power than the price moving. So it wouldn't have power. Your power confirmation would come if this was to go down here, then come back, retests it, and resumes. Then you'd be trading here thinking, okay, power is in your favor. So let's resume this. In one candle, it goes down, hits those levels. Wouldn't it be ideal that you at least take half here before you allow it to test these levels to see whether it is going to break it or not, instead of thinking, oh, I think it will break it and I will get a very, very big win. So let's not take any profits, because if I take half, then my winner is not going to be as big as I want. That's definition of greed. Price immediately goes up. Let's go to the 15-second chart. 15-second it went up. In 30 seconds or so, it's gone all the way back to this entry or that entry. If you didn't take half here, you would at least take half here or go out with 1 hour profit. And that is how we fight. And that's it. If you didn't get out, the market took away what it gave you. And so the rule is, and this should be the rule, the drawdown rule. If you are 2% up from that trade, you have to at least take 1%. You do not want to give back more than half of what you have made. So if you make £100 and you're £100 in profit, you cannot let that trade come down. I mean, not just if you're £100 in profit and your stop loss was 50 and you don't have a target point and you're looking for something more, then if it retraces back, drawdowns, and your profits becomes 50, you shouldn't be sitting there and waiting and then turn that 2R profit into a 0R. If you follow this rule, your equity curve is going to be smooth. It's going to keep going up. So let's just roll this a little bit further. See what's happening here. What just happened? So what we thought was a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5, turns out this was a 1 and a 2, and that's a 3 up. Right? Let's expand this chart. Not interested in the 15-second chart for now. Can you see what it did? It crashed through those levels. So those levels are not very important. Kind of a little retest here. But price has gone too far, too fast away from moving averages. Now it's going to come back. Now if we go to the 15-second chart, what I would like to show you is a trade that formed around this area, and that's the most important thing. So when you see momentum and you see a pause candle on the 1-minute chart, you would see something interesting on the 15-second chart. Let's just do this. Comes down, goes up. See, now if you're looking at the 10-second chart, you know that the market is approaching these levels. I can even mark it, right? And I want to see what the market would do around those levels. See here, 829, a very, very clean pullback. So this is a micro pullback on the micro chart, and that's a 3-second pullback. Not a 3-second, a 3-candle pullback, nice and clean, almost touching the 10 EMA, nice and clean. You go long, and guess what happens? It just goes in your favor pretty nicely around those levels. So your entry is at 75, goes to 85, goes to 95, goes to 905, goes to 915. This, my friend, is what you're after. 75 is your entry, if not 74, and your stop loss is at 70. The price went below this, you're out. And it went from 75 to all the way, and this is a 15-second chart. All you had to do was trail the candles. And if you're trailing candles, your stop loss is now at here. That's 40. So 20 from 75 to 905 was your 30, and now it's gone all the way there, right? A bit forward. Stop loss is now here at 15. 40 points booked. That's it. You got your 40. Risk was 50. 1:8 using this. If you draw a line here, vertical line, and we go to the next chart, see what it was. The micro pullback, the 1 candle pullback on the M1 after a momentum clear momentum. You had this nice lovely pullback. You make your entry, trail candles, bang. So I hope this little tutorial concludes this series of the LOBOT strategy, where we're using just the price action and the 10 and 20 EMA, the seed candle, the cherry candle. So we have 3 or 4 type of entries. I'm formulating another document in which I will lay down all these rules, which would include our routine, how to draw your support and resistance, which I showed you in this video. What is important is yesterday's lows, highs, or probably the day before, whatever is near to us. Then we want to know the pre-market session, that's just 1 hour, and we also want to know the overnight, so from yesterday, when like for example today at UK 4:30 on the chart, 18:30 on the chart, the market DAX Zetra will change, the cash market will stop. So from there, but most importantly from New York close, overnight, when the zero in Forex on the MT4 chart, when session changes overnight from Tokyo session all the way, we want to mark those levels, whichever are relevant to us, the high and lows of it. And then we will play around those. And what is important to us is the Frankfurt open price level, and we have the London price open level. And then we want to take entries when price is above the 10 EMA and the 20 EMA, and 10 EMA is above 20 EMA. We are looking for longs, and we will base our longs by, suppose if this was an M1 chart. Well, if this is our trading chart, you want your M1, your 5 times higher time frame, which in this case is M1, to create a momentum candle. So we have 2 strong momentum candles followed by a pause. This is creating a waltz pattern, but I'm looking for a pullback entry. So that's my one type of entry. 3 to 4 candles pullback, nice clean pullback with no fake outs in between. I want to go long here. I can add on based on the box breakout. That's my second entry. If I don't get this, I will get the box breakout here. Right? So that's one. If this was a cherry signal, a pin bar, then this would become my pullback cherry signal. But this here is my pullback seed entry for now. If this wasn't even a seed and it was just a normal red candle like that, then it would be my normal pullback entry. So you have a pullback entry based on just 2 or 3 candles pullback, nice clean pullback, or you can have that, you can wait for a seed or a cherry around here, and then you have the box entry. So the pullback, the 3 to 4 candle pullback, one entry, then you have the seed entry, you have the cherry entry, and you have the box breakout. So there you go. Any questions, any comments, please ask them below. If you're watching this video in the forum, then just reply to the post. If you're watching it on YouTube, then go below the video and comment, and I will respond to it. Thank you.